Coach, today we're going to be talking about team building, and this is something that I think every coach needs to do at some point. A lot of times we focus on it in the beginning of the season, and then we can kind of leave it and forget about it for a while, but we got to keep coming back to the team building thing. The more your players feel like a team off the court, I believe the more they're going to play like a team on the court. So I want to give you just a couple of ideas that you can use with your team. They're not expensive, they're not really hard to do, but there's things just to get you kind of the wheel spinning in your mind as to what you can do with your team to be a positive experience. The first thing that I want to point out is just minute to win it games. Minute to win it games are things that can be done very quickly. They can be done with a small group, they can be done with a large group, but they're ways just to get your players thinking about things and responding. Some of them are games in order for them to have a winner and loser. Other times you can run these games as a way to have somebody who's going to accept a challenge or who is going to get the opportunity to answer a question, draw a play on the board, whatever it might be. Just a way to get the players to connect, have fun, and then whatever it is you're going to have them do for the winner and loser is great. Doesn't always have to be a punishment. So an example would be run a minute to win it game in your next team meeting between two players. Whoever wins gets the choice of diagramming the out of bounds plays on the board, or they can defer to the loser and have the loser diagram it. But it's a way to see, do they understand what the play is? Do they know what it is? But that competition in the beginning, you're not really calling them out and putting them on the spot. You're having them compete. Both players have the same chance to win, and then ultimately somebody's going to be up there. And as a coach, what you want is communication, and you want to see what their understanding is of maybe that play. You might have other concepts like what it takes to be a good shot. We use the 3 R's in our program, so range, rhythm, and rebounders. So we would test our players on that. What are the 3 R's of our shot? So maybe the loser would have to answer that question. So that's an easy way to do it. The second one, something like Pictionary, and there are different games out there. You don't necessarily have to have the game. You can print off, go to Google and search it and find some different things, but a whiteboard and a marker is all you're going to need, and then give the player what they have to be able to draw. Split your team up into maybe 2 or 3 different teams of smaller groups, and they're going to be competing against each other. So that's an easy way, doesn't take any money, doesn't take a whole lot of time, that you can do it right in a team room or in a locker room, and the players really get into it. The great thing about doing something like Pictionary is that they're going to be communicating, and we always want our players to be better communicators on the floor. If they can kind of yell and holler and do things on the spot in Pictionary, why can't they transfer that over to the court? Why can't they talk louder on the help side? Why can't they yell out ball? Why can't they say things or think a little bit quicker on their feet? Well, this is going to be an example of it off the court, and then we're going to translate that to on the court once we get into practice. A third one that is kind of fun is Jenga. A lot of us have Jenga at home, or it's easily accessible. We can find somebody, even our players may have it. Have them bring it in, and you're going to have kind of a little Jenga competition against each other, and just maybe have a little tournament for them. Doesn't take very long to play the game. You can fit several Jenga games in a short period of time to find out who your ultimate winner is going to be. But again, this is going to get the players communicating. They're competing against each other. They're going to be rooting for each other. If you have them in teams, tell them one person's job is to play the game, the other person's job is to root them on and to help them out understanding what they should do next. Same way it is in a game. We're going to be rooting people on from the bench. We're going to be giving high fives when they come out of the game. But when we're in the game, we're going to be focused and we're going to be trying to win. So that's all stuff that goes into from the team room onto the court, and it really can help us play better.